When it comes to cultivating a brand, then elite few people that have grown their brand to superstardom. In the sports world, it's no different. Messi, Jordan, LeBron and others have all reached the top of the pyramid and are recognizable everywhere. However, when it comes to being the most popular influential athlete in the world, even the most popular influential person in the world, there's only one person at the top of that pyramid. Cristiano Ronaldo has reached levels of fame and fortune that we've never seen before. But how exactly did a boy go from sweeping streets in Portugal to being the most followed person on Instagram and the most influential athlete of all time? Well, in this video we show you the insane rise to fame of CR7, from the massive brand deals, controversy, world-class football and much more. This is the story of Cristiano Ronaldo. Like Mike, a movie about a kid that puts on a pair of Jordans and begins to play like Michael Jordan himself. I always wondered about the hype around Michael Jordan. Back then everyone wanted to be like Mike, and I wanted my generation ever have an athlete ascend to Jordan-like fame, and the answer is yes. Back in high school, everyone wanted to play like Ronaldo, celebrate like Ronaldo, wear number 7 like Ronaldo, and some went as far as copy his hairstyles. If you had a boy and had aspirations to play football, you most likely looked up to Ronaldo. But let's talk about the man himself. The story of Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro begins on the 5th of February 1985 on the Portuguese island of Madeira. However, the story of Ronaldo almost didn't even begin, as his mother contemplated aborting him due to the family's financial situation, but didn't go through with it. The young Ronaldo grew up in poverty, sharing a room with all 3 of his older siblings, and the family had to sweep streets in Ronaldo's youth to make money. The young Ronaldo also didn't excel in school and in fact got expelled from school due to throwing a chair at a teacher that he felt disrespected him. From a young age, Ronaldo had that same fiery temper that he's famous for today. There was one area that he excelled in though, and that talent would lead him out of Madeira and into the Portuguese capital of Lisbon. That talent was of course football. Ronaldo began playing at age 5 at local club Madeira, where his father was the kitman, and later went on to play for Nacional's youth team. At age 12, Ronaldo got his big break at 3-day trial at Portuguese giant Sporting Lisbon. Ronaldo impressed scouts and coaches at the trial, and at the conclusion, Sporting signed him to a contract worth €1,500. This contract, however, forced him to relocate to a town near Lisbon, which meant he had to move away from his family at just 12 years old. At Sporting Lisbon, 2 things were apparent about Ronaldo. 1, that he possessed great athletic ability compared to his teammates and peers, and 2, that he had tremendous work ethic due to his upbringing. Those 2 traits led to him excelling at the academy, and it seemed like Ronaldo was destined for a spot in the first team, until one tiny thing happened that threatened to derail his entire career. At age 15, Ronaldo was diagnosed with tachycardia, a condition that harmed his cardiac pathways and altered his heart rate. Needless to say, this condition could have effectively ended Ronaldo's career. Luckily for him, a simple surgery managed to clear the condition, and he was able to return to training a few weeks later. After that small hiccup, Ronaldo became more determined than ever, and in one season, he went from playing in Sporting's youth ranks to playing the first team at just the age of 16. And this is where the story of Cristiano Ronaldo really begins to take off. At Sporting Lisbon's first team, Ronaldo continues his ascension to greatness. Although he struggled initially at Sporting Lisbon, he managed to gain his footing and become a contributor on the team. In his loan season at Sporting, Ronaldo played in 25 games, 14 of those off the bench and 11 of those as a starter, totaling 3 goals and 5 assists. After his debut season, he began to attract interest from foreign clubs like Arsenal and Barcelona. In fact, the then Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger met with Ronaldo with the hopes of signing him, but that deal fell through. However, shortly after that, Ronaldo participated in an exhibition game that would change his life. It's August of 2003 and Manchester United is playing against Sporting Lisbon in an exhibition match. Sporting defeats United 3-1 and a certain Ronaldo plays well. In fact, he played so well that he catches attention from one of the biggest names in football, Manchester United manager Sir Alex Ferguson. Ferguson was so impressed by Ronaldo that he immediately decided to sign Ronaldo. That same August, United acquired Ronaldo for £12.2 million, which at the time made him the most expensive teenage transfer in his football history. And to add icing on the cake, he was gifted United's lucrative number 7 jersey number. This number had been worn by the likes of George Best, Eric Cantona and David Beckham. After a few average years, Ronaldo burst onto the center stage with the breakout 2006-07 season with 17 goals and 8 assists in the Premier League, helping United to the league title. However, his 2008 season led him to being crowned amongst the world's best with a record-breaking 31 Premier League goals and playing a pivotal role in United's Champions League victory. Ronaldo walked away with his first ever Ballon d'Or at age 23, and this was the birth of Cristiano Ronaldo, the superstar. At that point in his career, Ronaldo was the hot new thing on the market. Many major brands wanted a piece of him. Nike, Tag Heuer, Herbalife, Unilever, you name it. The endorsements and fame didn't derail his on-the-field performance, as he once again led United to the league title and the UEFA Champions League final, where they lost to FC Barcelona and Lionel Messi. That Champions League final was his final game with United, as he was ready for his next chapter. What happened in the summer of 2009 would not only change Ronaldo's career, but it also changed the course of football forever. In the summer of 2009, Ronaldo inked the then record-breaking €80 million move to Spanish giants Real Madrid. This move was significant as it began a new era of world football, which has been dubbed by some as the Golden Rivalry. Bird vs Magic, Nadal vs Federer, Pele vs Maradona, Jordan vs the Bad Boy Pistons, Wilt vs Russell. These are a few examples of player rivalries, yet none of them compared to the rivalry between Messi and Ronaldo. Although the pair never seemed to acknowledge the rivalry, the media and fans couldn't get enough of this rivalry. Everywhere from barbershops, classrooms, and even dinner tables were involved in the debate. Almost no one was neutral. When Ronaldo arrived at Madrid, he took his game to the next level. 26 goals in his rookie campaign with Los Blancos, followed by 40 goals the next season and 46 the next. Some amazing football, some of the best we'd ever seen. But there was one issue though, and that's that his perceived rival Lionel Messi just happened to be playing the best football we had ever seen. Messi was breaking record after record, 50 goals in one season, the most ever, 21 straight games of scoring in the league, the most ever, 91 goals in a calendar year, most ever. Messi would go on to win the Ballon d'Or, a record breaking 4 consecutive times. However, now it was time for Ronaldo to take the title of the world's best player from Messi, and he did not disappoint. The 2012-13 season rolls around, and Ronaldo decides to go scorched earth on every team Real Madrid and Portugal faces. CR7 would set a career high of 69 goals in one season to land his second Ballon d'Or ahead of Messi and Frank Ribéry. 2013 and 14 would be another all-time great season for Ronaldo, as he'd win the Golden Boot and he would score a record-breaking 17 goals in the Champions League to lead Real Madrid to the Copa del Rey and Champions League titles, and he was awarded the Ballon d'Or again. Messi and Ronaldo were going back and forth. No one had ever seen two players play at such elite levels at the same time. Those are classical matchups for must-see TV back in the day. A large part was due to the fact that everyone wanted to see Messi and Ronaldo on the same pitch against each other. The rivalry between the two elevated both their personal brands, especially in the case of Ronaldo, who unlike the shy and reclusive Lionel Messi, was clearly built for the spotlight, earning $1 million endorsements which raised him to the top of the list of richest athletes in the world. The CR7 brand took off as well, from his own line of underwear to museums and fragrances. On the field, Ronaldo was still amongst the world's best, winning 2 more Ballon d'Ors and 3 more Champions League titles with Real Madrid, and even leading his country Portugal to its first ever Euro Champions League title. Life was great back then if you're a Ronaldo fan, but little did we know that was the peak of Ronaldo's career, and what happens next was a slow descent from lofty. In the summer of 2018, rumors began to swirl that Ronaldo wanted out of Real Madrid, which was a shocker cause Madrid just came off winning their third straight Champions League title and all seemed well. However, for some reason Ronaldo wanted to leave and Madrid granted his wish, as the then 33-year-old Ronaldo decided to sign with Italian giants Juventus. His first season at Juventus yielded 21 goals in the league to help Juventus win their 7th straight Scudetto, and the following year he led them to an 8th straight league title with 31 goals, and he won Serie A MVP as well. But that's as good as it got in Turin. In his final season in Italy, Juventus' league title streak ended and they barely qualified for the Champions League. Speaking of the Champions League, Juventus brought Ronaldo in to help in their conquest of European football, but they failed to ever reach the semi-final stage. Ronaldo, however, was playing as well as a 35-year-old could. He just didn't have the support around him to challenge for anything. Things seemed to be at a dead end for Ronaldo at Juventus, so he felt like it was time to move on. However, what happens next can only be described as the beginning of the end of Ronaldo as a superstar.